It's Ray Give TV.
In the block.
Let's get right to it.
Wait, why? Wait, I ain't gonna lie, that people.
So
what?
Let me tell you why. Luce Cannon implicated me in one of his robberies and tried to get me locked up. Him and CHARISSE went to the police.
Wait, hold on. You got to slow it down. Walk me through this because I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I never expected to hear this shit. Hold on. How? Wait. How we?
So if you go look up, go on Google, type in 7756 Kingdom Drive, robbery, home invasion robbery. It'll pull up on Google. You'll see it.
7 what?
7756 Kingdom Drive, Riverside, California. Robbery. Go ahead and pull that up.
In 2022. By the way, just has the feds talked to you yet or no?
Which one? You're talking about for that robbery or for this current indictment?
I mean, either one.
I've talked to investigators many times dealing with Cannon, so a lot of investigators have talked to me.
Were you forthcoming with them? I'm just wondering if you're about to say something on the stream.
I had nothing to do with the robbery. I had nothing to do with that home invasion robbery. I was cleared of that.
No, we're not talking about you particularly, but it seems like these things have something to do with him. Were you forthcoming with the police? Because I'm trying to figure out if you're about to say something.
Of course. Okay. I didn't know. Like I said, I didn't know at the time. I didn't know anything about the robbery. I found out after, when I was brought into the investigation. When I went to the house, when the police called my mother and said I need to come to the house because people were robbed. It wasn't just the house. There was people in the house that got robbed. If you read what happened, it'll say it in there. People were robbed at gunpoint for the jewelry, cash, blah blah blah. So when I got to the house and the police are telling me what's going on, I didn't know at that time there was a current investigation and there was multiple robberies in the neighborhood. I had no clue. So when Luce Cannon and CHARISSE, when after that happened, when our same house got vandalized and robbed again, Luce Cannon and CHARISSE went to the police station and told the police I did it.
Really?
So then I got dragged into the investigation.
Okay, so let me read a little bit of this article. Riverside authorities are investigating a home invasion in which a group forced their way into a house and assaulted a resident early morning. It was at 3:40, and they're saying that they assaulted the victim inside before leaving with stolen items.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
And so they believe.
So once I had no choice but to cooperate. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to jail for something I had nothing to do with.
So the police only talked to you after Luce Cannon and them blamed you?
Correct.
Why did they just come to you?
Because I was implicated in it. I don't know who else they talked to. Like I said, I don't know. I don't know who else they talked to.
No, I mean, why'd they go to Luce Cannon? Like, was he driving like your car or like why did they?
Oh, you have to ask Luce Cannon. I don't know why. Like I said, I don't know if he was privy to the investigation, if he was involved. I have no clue. Like I said, I got dragged in because of him and CHARISSE's statement that I was a part of the robbery. I don't know if he was working with that. I have no clue because, again, I wasn't involved.
So wait.
So I don't know what his reason for was bringing my name up. I have no clue.
So you're basically saying, do you think Luce was telling?
You'd have to talk to the investigator. I can give you the detective's name that called me. Now, was Luce working with him? I have no clue because I was a suspect like whatever other suspects they had. So they weren't going to tell me who was snitching. I was being snitched on. They just told me that Luce Cannon and CHARISSE made a police report that I robbed the house and that there was already an investigation for the robbery you're looking at on Google. So they were asking me questions about the robbery, the robbery, after that first robbery that you're looking at. They asked me about that one and then other ones in the area of houses that got robbed to make sure that I didn't have anything to do with any of them.
Okay, interesting. So
did Luce Cannon know there was a current investigation? I don't know.
Wait, so did they talk to you about this current indictment or no?
Did who talk to me about this current indictment?
The feds or any authorities?
No comment.
So you might be in that trial testifying against him, huh?
Maybe.
Damn,
I mean, he testified against me in court. He testified against me in court.
When was this?
There's a lot of things people don't know about Luce Cannon. That's on paperwork. Luce and CHARISSE have done a lot of things, and they got a lot of people fooled out here. But like I said, because, obviously nobody's going to do their research, right? Nobody's going to go and start looking up paperwork and try to see, because, lies sound better than the truth. But they have both done a lot of damage, a lot of things behind closed doors. It's on paperwork. After that robbery, then Luce and CHARISSE went and Luce testified in court and filed a false restraining order against me, saying that I went
that's
to...
snitching? Like in the street? I know you...
Of course.
Okay.
Absolutely. Anytime you... And the only reason why it's snitching is because you're what you say, you're a gangbanger, right? Isn't that the code for gangbanging? You don't snitch or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't live that life. I'm not a gangbanger, but I'm just going by what he claims his street code is, which he's been claiming forever since I've met him. So I'm saying that's your street code, right? I'm a civilian. I'm not a gangbanger. I'm not from the streets, but he is. Is that not against his code? Is that not what he's been saying? Like, oh, that's snitching, police stuff, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
So if you're saying that it's okay for him, why wouldn't it be okay for me?
Hey, a random legal fact here, and I'm wondering if this could help. But it seems like you say you would be down to testify because y'all are married. They can't really compel you to testify, right? Because you're legally.
They could not compel me. Correct. They couldn't force me to because of spousal privilege. They couldn't force me to. But I could waive it. I could waive it if I wanted to.
Oh, and you would definitely waive it to send that nigga down the road.
I didn't say definitely. I'm not 100%. So I don't know. But like I said, my whole thing was when I asked them to not speak on me. I don't know. At this point, like I said, it's just got to the point where he's done so much damage to our child. And CHARISSE continues to do it even though he's locked up. It's just continuous. A mother's only going to take so much. And I don't expect anybody to agree or whatever, but this is my child. She's innocent. And as a mother, I'm going to do any and everything to stick up for a child who can't speak for herself. I'm not about to allow her father or nobody drag her name all over the internet with lies.
How could this possibly get fixed or remediated? Does he got to send you a check? Does he just got to have his woman
absolutely
stop speaking
absolutely
on
not.
you? Like, how could because I'm gonna be honest with you, like this is kind of it's kind of like you're raising your hand in class saying, yo, I will help y'all niggas make sure he never comes home.
Man, he makes his own decisions. He chose to get on that platform and tell on his own self and was proud of the crimes he committed. And now you're mad at me because I'm co-signing saying he's telling the truth about that part? He told on his own self. He literally I can bring up 100 interviews where he sat up there proud and everybody was cheering him on when he was talking about his crimes. So now everybody wants to be like, oh my God, you don't lock him up. What, huh? Y'all was just cheering him on when he was talking about him. He was getting 1 million, all these views and all that. So why now when you told on yourself? I didn't put him on no jumper. I didn't put a gun to his head. I didn't tell him to go tell on himself. I wasn't sitting next to him.
Some would think that you're trying to build your platform by taking him down. What do you feel about that?
Build my platform?
Yeah.
By taking it, and how is that going to benefit me any?
Well, it would increase the size of your platform because now we know, like, Luce garnered a lot of attention right before he got locked up. He still is. But now, since you are a direct representative of, you're his wife, you get to kind of take advantage of that and probably get more eyes and ears to, because I didn't know about you before now. So some might think that you're kicking his back in to build your thing up.
I'm absolutely building my thing up to tell the truth, to debunk every lie that he spoke about our child. Absolutely. And about me. Absolutely. I have every right to defend my name. If somebody is out here lying on you, making up fabricated stories, how am I wrong? Because I created first of all, let's be clear. Before I created my channel, I did Street TV. I did Tasha K. I went behind them, and whatever platform allowed me to not just even take my word for it, to actually do the research, to allow me to provide proof, to tell the truth, I did that. They kept going with it. So I realized, okay, if they're going to keep going on a tour, I'm going to build my own platform so the truth is out there. The internet is forever. Let's just be clear. The internet is forever. One day, God forbid, somebody at school pulls this up to throw it in my daughter's face, and she sees that her mother never said anything. So you just allowed them to just say all this stuff about me that's not true, and you never spoke up?
Yeah, but likewise, there's one day she's going to be in class, and it's going to be, I don't know, a father-daughter day, and they're going to ask who her father is, and then she got to explain why her father is serving 35 years in prison, and that her mom probably helped put him there. And how are you going to explain that to her?
I'll say it again. It's 100 videos showing Luce Cannon telling on himself and proud of his crimes. You guys cannot place blame on anybody but Luce Cannon. Yeah, I know that.
Hold on. Nobody's doing that. But you're definitely saying you would assist the government in putting him away. That seems like.
I didn't say I would go to them. You asked me if they came to me, would I? And I said I would give him the same courtesy that he gave me.
Which is none.
So what makes what I'm doing any different than what he did?
Okay.
I just am innocent. He's the one who actually did it. He said it on multiple podcasts. So how is what he did any different than what I'm doing? I'm not going to the police. You asked if they came to me. I could have been and went to the police if I wanted to and showed them a plethora of things. I never did that. That wasn't the question. The question was if they came to me. See, unlike him, I'm not going to court and I'm not filing police reports. I'm not giving them any evidence or anything like that. Now, if they came to me and asked me, that's a different story. But he actually went and did these things and filed reports and tried to get me arrested. I didn't do that. So tell me what's the difference between what he did and you asked me. If they asked me, I'm giving him the same courtesy that he gave me. So what makes me the bad guy?
Yeah, I mean,
is it because I'm a woman or what?
I don't know.
No, not you. I'm just saying in general, in general.
Yeah, well, so what I would say is that obviously I think both are wrong. I think you guys should have somewhat of a familial love and respect, even if that's not on a relationship level, to know that both of your decisions, it shouldn't be tit for tat, because everything is going to hurt the child, right? Like, there's no foreseeable way that a child growing up with her father is going to help her, and there's no foreseeable way that a child growing up without her mother is going to help her, or y'all beefing, or y'all throwing dirt against each other publicly. I can't see how that would help, you don't
well, I'm not throwing dirt again. Luce Cannon admitted this. I'm just saying what he said was true, that he came out and said. And let's be clear, I'm not keeping Luce Cannon from his child. I think it's out there enough. Luce Cannon said he wants nothing to do with this child and is claiming it's not his child. So who's hurt who? I'm with my daughter every day. I'm not bringing any harm to her. I picked up his slack where he left off. I didn't request child support. I didn't request alimony. You guys can go look up the divorce. So you can't say it's about money. I've never contacted him and asked him for money. CHARISSE cannot provide you with one shred of receipt where I've asked them for a dime. So that narrative killed.
So wait,
it's public record. I never asked for money or anything. Because like I said, if he doesn't want anything to do with the baby, that's cool. He doesn't know the baby. It's not his baby. That's his choice. I'm not going to force him to. This is a conversation that somebody should be having with him. He's the one who's hurting his child, not me.
Drop a comment down below. Premium content. What do y'all think about that? Let me know in the comments down below. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Be sure to like the video, share the video. Be sure to tell a friend and tell a friend. We got content. But until next time, it's your boy Ray giving them gone. God bless. Peace.